All right, welcome back to part two of math in dividends and how I prevent theft of my products, which is why I reported shopping at Dollarama. Let's talk about part two, dividends in mathematics and how I prevent theft. So this book right here, just because it's labeled Markings by C.R. Gibson by Design Group is Tom Ford. Markings by Gibson is Tom Ford multiplied by Givenchy. It's just tagged Markings by Gibson because a lot of people think that Markings by Gibson is cheap. But when I say this is Tom Ford, this is Tom Ford. This book costed me $5 to store this at Dollarama. Guess what? Dollarama is honestly Sephora in high traffic. Dollarama is Shoppers Drug Mart in high traffic. Dollarama is Walmart in high traffic. Dollarama is just a bank storing location. It's not that cheap. You just get to take it home for less than what you would take it home through the other stores mentioned by me. It is just a store banking location. That's what Dollarama is. Because it costs too much to make the product in order to sell it for less than what the product is worth. Dollarama is not that cheap. It's not. It's just under the name Dollarama because of the fact that it's open to the public for viewing as well as to those that are group leaders for purchasing. It's open to the public, so the cost is lowered in order to make sure that group leaders can get the product home in order to give it to you. Mm? The same thing as Winners is the same thing as Walmart. It's a viewing showroom, and the prices are just lowered in order to offset and prevent theft of products in the stores itself. So that's a portion of that one. So I also shop there in order to prevent the theft of the product from my home because of the name on the product. Let's talk about it. Purchasing factor. What I pay for in the store is not the actual direct cost of the product as Beyonce. That's why you don't want to have the name Beyonce because it's going to cost you triple effect to get what I have in this house. It is going to cost you. $1 for me is $10 each time I buy a sticker sheet. $2 for me is $20 each time I buy a cup of coffee at Tim Hortons. $5 for me when I go to Dollarama and I buy books and containers, and you're telling me you have a problem with me buying books and containers. That's $50 out of my pocket. $50. So I'm walking home with it with $5 in cash spent for storing cost, but behind the scenes, when Scotiabank checks my account and they scan the receipt, it's $50 that comes out extra. $50 extra comes out. Okay? So I spend in 1 year at Dollarama 300,000 in hidden costs that is not seen by the public in cash to pay for the, price of the product. In essence, basically, in cash, what I'm paying for to take home when you see me take it home is about $350 a year, is what I pay the cashier in Dollarama. But triple that, that's $300,000 that I have to pay for in the full price with the name Beyonce. $300,000. They just lower the cost because it is a storing place for extra products in order for me to be able to take it home. Because the natural factory where it's supposed to be stored is full and they can't store the product there and sell it at regular price in overabundance. You're welcome for those who now buy skincare at Dollarama. That's how I do it. That's how I negotiate a business deal with Joe Fresh. It's called a business deal negotiation. Let them take it home for less, but they don't see what the natural cost is coming out of pocket in full price. They just see it as cheap. They don't see the other half of the five zeros attached to a $1 sticker sheet, which is $100,000 for about 10 packets of sticker sheets sold for a dollar at Dollarama. You don't see that part. So, because I pay for the full price of the product, I am gifted the actual product for the same packaging for theft avoidance. Flower foundation. Let me grab the flower foundation there. Of course, that would happen. Of course, that would happen. By the way, this right here, this Paul Frank right here, you know it as Paul Mitchell. This is a Paul Mitchell moisturizer. Paul Mitchell sells his moisturizer for $150 a pop. I take it home under the name Paul Frank at $5 for me. So this light illusion foundation from Flower is actually on the inside Givenchy foundation. That's Givenchy foundation on the inside of the product. Okay? This Physicians Formula foundation, this Physicians Formula foundation right here, because of packaging, is actually Viva Color foundation. Viva Color foundation, which in turn is Dior foundation in Physicians Formula packaging. This e.l.f. primer right here, this is Milk Makeup primer in e.l.f. packaging. Okay? Fenty Beauty foundation in Fenty Beauty packaging for me is Prada foundation. Pacifica foundation in Pacifica packaging is either Dior foundation or Tom Ford foundation. How much do you think that in total cost me in order to, Exodus 20, you shall not steal, verse 15? How much do you think it cost me to say that every single time? By the way, yes, this is my subscription product. However, inside the bottle, this is Dior Lava. Dior Lava Skincare. Subscription protects the product. Again, Dior Lava Skincare, $175. Right, Paul Mitchell? However, for me, it's a whole lot more than $175 with my name as Beyonce. This is $700 in Dior Lava serum. $700. $700 in this bottle. All right, that's $700. So that is the important lesson for me today in math and dividends, especially with my name being Beyonce. And it's also a lesson in Exodus 20, verse 15, which is why it's important to me. You shall not steal. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.